So hello everyone and welcome back to Wizardry 8. We are led here in front of the monastery and we can be starting to head in. And let's see what we find in here.
Someone's here.
Yeah, someone is definitely here.
It's been quite some time since anyone visited the temple. I suppose I should have expected you sooner or later though. News of your arrival has traveled fast. Should you need anything, you may find it here. We offer our magic, healing, and the like for a very nominal fee.
Well, that healing might come in handy.
We can help you, of course. We offer most anything divine. Resurrection, healing, curing of various diseases. Of course, it is not an exact science.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. At least our bishop knows what you're talking about.
Yes, precisely.
Yeah. So...
I keep this temple here in Arnica. If there is anything you need, I will be here.
Okay, well that's good to know. Can I ask you about some of the other individuals here that I've met and heard about?
A good woman.
Okay, what about...
He is who he is.
That's funny. I asked from Antone about the Higardi and he said precisely the exact kind of thing, that you guys are who you are and you say that he is who he is. That is very funny and interesting.
She's rough, but kind.
What about the Miles fellow here?
Yes, Miles. A wayward soul.
A wayward soul.
Well, if there's no further...
Yeah, I kind of thought that you might not know about the Alitidis guy that we met in the monastery. Well, what can you tell me about the monastery that we came through in here?
It is just outside of town. Before the savant arrived, it was a most peaceful place to be. Now, well, it's abandoned. And Zelm has taken all the brothers with him in search of the Destiny Dominus.
So do you think...
And Zelm is my leader, well apart from Funzang, of course. I pray for him now as he searches for the Destiny Dominus. Without it, the Ascension itself is lost. I only hope he finds it before the Dark Savant.
Okay, so Anselm and all of the Praters basically have left to search for this Destiny Dominus that was stolen for such a long time ago. Do you know where he is?
You know as well as I do.
Yeah, I kind of thought so. So who is this Poon-san, that statue we have been seeing, and who is, apart from Poon-san? Poon-san is then your basic leader?
The Father. The one who knows all.
Ah.
It is he who created the Destiny Dominus and he who looks over us all. Even now, I believe.
Well, it's good that you have still your belief. It would be... well, all might be lost if you wouldn't be able to believe anymore into such things. So, do you know anything about any rumors?
I don't listen to such things.
Yeah, I didn't kind of expect that you would. How are you doing then?
I am well.
So, can you tell me anything about Arnica?
It is not wise to stay here in Arnica long. My city is a shadow of its former self. You've seen the Dark Tower, the military in the streets. This is not what we once were. Most all my brothers have left, but me, I will stay.
Actually, we haven't seen the tower yet.
Certainly you have seen it.
Not yet.
Everyone has. I cannot explain how it came to be. One night, there was a violent eruption. I heard rocks raining down on the roof of the temple. When I finally dared look out, there it was. I have said many prayers since that time.
Maybe that can help, I don't know. There's been a crash, that ship crash outside. Do you know anything about that?
We believe the ship was shot down.
Who shot the ship? I don't know if you can ask about that, but...
I do have things to attend to.
Besides, there's a plus and not a question mark. Oh well.
We no longer bother to fly ships now. Everything that has gone into the air has come back down. Courtesy, we believe, of the Dark Savant.
Yeah, I think that then he might have been the one who shot me down too. Can you tell me anything about this planet that we're on?
Dominus is a changed planet. Since the Ascension began, so much has changed. And to say the Hegardi knew it was coming is wrong. What we expected to happen is far from the reality we face.
That usually can happen.
You know as well as I do.
Yeah, I think there's something weird going on about that question. Okay, well, can you tell me anything about the Trinton?
South of here. I have not been in a very long time.
Well, you have been there at least. What about this Martin fellow I've heard about?
Martin. Yes, he stole the Destiny Dominus. If you wish to inquire of him, perhaps you should ask someone at the HLL.
Any ideas where he could have gone?
You know as well as I do.
What about this Alcedexus?
I have more important matters to consider.
Than Alcedexus. But you do know about that one. And just don't want to talk about it, okay? What about the Rapax guys?
They are unpredictable creatures.
Yeah, I suppose that could be said. What about the castle they apparently have?
The Rapax Castle. Yes, it is far from here, thank goodness.
Yeah, I'm sure it's good to not be near it. What about the Trinity fellows?
I have more important matters.
Okay. What about the Destiny Dominus that you mentioned?
The gift of the Father to those here on Dominus. It was said to contain all knowledge. Now only the Father knows where it is. All because of Martin. Without the Destiny Dominus, there will be no ascension. I can only hope we find it before the Dark Savant.
What is this talk all talk about the Ascension then?
It has already begun. Ascension Peak is where we look now.
Ascension Peak? Where is that?
It is the most holy place on all of Dominus. From there, one can rise, ascend to the cosmic circle. Legend has it that in order to ascend, one needs to become like a cosmic lord himself, learning all that they knew. We believe the Destiny Dominus would show us the way, but it was stolen from the monastery many years before.
So where is it?
North of here.
Okay, interesting. Interesting enough. So, did I ask about the Dark Savant? No, I don't think I did.
I know too much about him, and too little all the same. I have never met him, but I have heard and seen more than enough. He comes to Dominus to claim our ascension as his own, to rise to the cosmic circle, and he has threatened to kill anyone who gets in his way. He built that monstrous tower in a single night, destroying a part of my city in the process. His troopers have claimed dozens of lives, and still, we are powerless over him. I cannot help but believe the lords have somehow planned it to go this way, that perhaps it will work out in the end. But my faith is being tried.
I suppose that's what the gods do from time to time. I'm sorry to hear about all the troubles though. Can you tell me anything about the henchmen then that he has?
Diabolical creatures. If only we could destroy them all.
Yeah. I think I can remove these when I basically already have their names up. Now that I came to mind how I actually can remove them.
Well, if the...
Yeah, I kind of thought that you wouldn't know about it.
The rift is far from here. It is a place filled with lava, and I can't imagine it would be a good place to go.
Okay, it's filled with lava. Well, that's nice information. I didn't know that before. So what about the mooks?
You would do better to ask them yourself. They have taken residence in Arnika. I must say that they do not seem much inclined to talk, however. I have heard they are awaiting a representative from the Umpani or the Trang.
Okay. What about the Trang then?
Yes, I have seen them, but I am not one to judge.
Well, that's good. What about the place they're living at now?
Creatures, certainly not from Dominus, live there. They call themselves the Trang.
So which direction was it?
East of Arnika.
Okay, what about the Umpani?
I do not know enough of them to judge them.
Okay. Well, what about the Mount Gygas then?
I have heard that a group called the Umpani...
Yes, where is it?
north of here.
Yeah. And what about the Cosmic Circle then?
I can only wonder what it is like.
Where is it?
You know as well as I do.
Well, what about this LHLL that you mentioned?
The Hegardi Lunar Legion. You could visit them yourself.
Maybe I will. Maybe I will then. Okay, I suppose there's nothing else.
No, I have chosen to stay here. The people of Arnika need me.
Yeah, I suppose that's kind of true. Well, do you have anything that we could use? Well, you would have the resurrection powder. It's so expensive. So very expensive. Potions. Then there's a few books. Book of Blessings and Wounding. Resting is rest all. That could be something that we would could buy actually at some point. But too expensive right now. But at least we know the Blessing and Wounding already, so they really don't help us in any way. Then there's a Book of Screens. So Magic Screen is a book that we can at least buy. Poison cures cure poison. Paralyzed cures. All of those can then be bought here. That's good to know. And I suppose there's nothing else. Well,
I hope to see you again.
It was nice meeting you.
Goodbye.
It was nice meeting you indeed. So that we have some extra or new information of our situation. So, what would we want to be doing then? I think now would be as good of a time as any to go and rescue
Look,
the girl.
A creature.
The girl, not those bandits. And the girl should be here in this ship somewhere, as Miles told us already earlier. So there's some items here.
Object.
Oh, what kind of? Okay. And then there's a black box. Damaged black box. That's interesting. And then, is there anything in here? Other than just a broken chair. Well, nothing seems to be here. The ship has crashed here into this house, apparently.
A fight. I'm with you.
Well, here's these summoned drones again. Our old acquaintances. Okay, do magic missiles.
Right then.
You could do... try web again. Maybe you could try practicing again with the higher power level. And probably unsucceed.
It will be done.
You could use the lightning rod
Okay.
again.
Okay.
Just against someone.
Okay.
Breathe fire and acid, and I don't know, maybe you could try if the itching skin would work.
Very well.
I kind of doubt it, but suppose you can try. And that's it.
Who could that be?
That is a good question. Well, they kind of all seem to be interested in us and not on the person there.
Rosinante.
Yeah, no effect. Didn't work. Well, now someone punches her. The Domina, apparently. So, okay, you try that again, and
Right then.
you can do that again, and you can use the same item. You could just berserk, and that's it. Nice. One is down. Not a lot of damage, but enough.
Sorry, you got in my way.
Yay, wet word. Then this should be even easier. Yeah, just like that. And this guy wants to... She killed that one as well. Oh well.
Victory! How wonderful!
Yes, it indeed is. Lots of experience too. For such a simple battle. Okay. Yeah, so that's it. So who are you?
Finally! Oh, thank God it's you. Whoever you are. I was expecting the Dark Savant. And no offense, but you look like a bunch of schoolgirls compared to him. His troopers locked me up in here, and I was expecting him any minute. And we've already had one run-in too many. Say, let's get out of here before he comes looking for me. Oh, and I haven't even introduced myself. My name's Vitalia, but you can call me Vi.
Okay. $7,000 experience points each.
I thought there'd be something more in this for us. Let's take her where she wants to go. Sometimes you have to wait for the payoff, if you know what I mean.
So, do you want to tell us about yourself?
Stick around, and you'll learn all you need to know about me.
Okay, do you know the Braffit guy here?
Yes, Lord Braffit. I know him well. He's at the temple in Arnica. He was like a father to me when I was young.
What about the Anna?
Anna's a town fixture, you might say. Been at that marina for, oh, goodness sake, can't count the years. One thing I've always liked about her, you know, some people, they'll sugarcoat stuff so it goes down easy. Anna, she'll give it to you straight, good or bad. I like that.
Sounds like a good quality on a person.
Antone? At the old Rapax Armory. You wouldn't think you'd find a Rapax in Arnica, huh? Well, it's an alliance of sorts. See, the only way to get a better weapon is to travel to Rapax Castle itself, and there aren't a lot of Higadi willing to make that trip. So he works here, making a proverbial killing of the sales, and we get the best custom armor and weapons around.
Interesting enough. So, yeah, I did get the impression that not a lot of people want to go that place into there. So, what about the Heli?
Heli? She's been running that bar in Arnica as long as I can remember. If you haven't already figured it out yourself, Heli's the one you talk to if you want to know the word on the street.
What about this Miles fellow here?
Miles? Miles? Who doesn't know Miles?
Well, I didn't know until just, well, when I came to Arnica. Do you know the monastery place here?
The monastery? It's the home of the Brotherhood of the Ascension. It's northwest of Arnica.
What about any rumors?
If I hear anything, trust me, I'll tell you.
Okay, thank you very much. How are you?
I'm all right, thanks.
Okay, good. I was just a little bit worried, considering that you were here just, well, alone with those guards a while ago. So can you tell me anything more about Arnica?
So much to say about it. I grew up here, you know. It wasn't like this then, of course. I mean, it was an actual town with actual people. What's happened here really makes me hate the Dark Savant. Him and that stupid tower.
Well, what about the Higardi then?
Higardi? That's me.
Okay. Well, can you tell me anything about this crash here?
Listen, I don't mean to be rude, but time's wasting away.
Okay, not then.
Listen, I could show you around, answer your questions as we go. That might be easier. I mean, it is a big planet.
I've heard that before. But yeah, that seems like a good idea that you could be able to show us around. So what about this Trinton place?
There's 2 things you need to know about Trinton. 1, they've got some of the best magic on this planet. And 2, cute as they might be, the Trini will take anything that's not nailed or tied down. Lately, I hear they've been having problems over there, though. More than their usual share.
Problems?
We'd have to go investigate.
That might be a good idea. So, what about this Martin fellow?
I remember hearing about him. He stole the Destiny Dominus from the Monastery. It was way before my time. They chased him through Trenton, Martin's Bluff, that's how it got its name, and who knows where else. They never did find him or the Destiny Dominus.
Well, that is logical that it's Martin's Bluff then. Well, what about the Alcedexus?
The monks told me about her. They said if she ever caused us any trouble, there was something hidden in the monastery, like a little insurance that would get rid of her. They never told me what, though.
Well, that makes sense. The Rapax was sent there to figure or find some items or whatever that would be hidden there. So what about the Rapax overall?
They might act tough, mean and deadly. That's because they are tough, mean and deadly.
They're tough, mean and deadly. Okay. What about the Rapax Castle then?
The Rapax Castle, huh? You don't hear much good about it, particularly among the Higardi. Oh, sure, we've lived at peace with them for a long time, but at peace and peacefully mean 2 completely different things. Some creatures are born to kill, you know. You can't forget that.
Okay, good thing to know. What about the Rapax Rift then?
One thing you should know about that place. It's pure fire. And actually, the fire's not the worst part. I've heard a lot of rumors about a demoness there. They say her name is Alcedexus.
Okay, so then you actually provide us with some more information than anyone else before that Alcedexus is actually a demoness. So, okay, well, that's good to know.
The monks told me about her.
Well, there should be probably then a good... Well, those should be very important items in the monastery then, to be hidden away. So, what about Trinis?
The friendliest and sneakiest things on Dominus. All around, though, the Trini are well liked. They live high up in the trees in Trenton, and are mostly known for their magic.
So they live in trees. Yeah, I think that birds the little Trini that we already met in the monastery said that just look for the biggest tree, so that's probably the entrance, biggest tree in some place. Then what about the Destiny Dominus?
It's our most sacred object. Funzang himself gave it to the Higardi, so you can imagine why everyone was so ticked off when Martin stole it. The monks believe it represents all the gods' knowledge. If we could understand it, if we could find it, well, I guess we'd almost be cosmic lords ourselves.
Well, I suppose there might be a reason that it isn't there anymore, or that it got stolen. You did have it for a long time, so I kind of would think that someone would have already tried to understand it for quite some time. It was kind of a pretty well, it wasn't hidden, that was for sure. So now at least it's hidden so that the Dark Seven didn't get it immediately. I suppose that's something. What about the Boon San? Can you tell me anything about the Cosmic Lord?
Fun Zhang. Yes, he's a Cosmic Lord.
Yeah, okay, well, what about this Ascension stuff that I've heard about?
You should ask about it at the temple.
Already asked. What about Dark Savant then?
If you don't know who he is, you will soon enough. I met him when I was young, barely 20. He was visiting Dominus on some diplomatic mission, or so he said. He was nice, you know, interesting in a fatherly sort of way. He asked me if I wanted to take a ride, tour the galaxy in style, and I thought, what's the harm? It took me almost 7 years to get back home. The longest 7 years of my life. The fallout wasn't pretty. I mean, look what it did to my eye. What was my eye? Now he's back on Dominus, and who knows what he wants.
Okay, so that's the reason why, yeah, you have that over your eye. Well, what about the henchmen that he has?
The minions of the Dark Savant. Really, they're just machines, you know. But they're programmed to do his bidding. And you can be sure it's not good.
Yeah, doesn't seem like it. Do you know anything about this tower that is here at the moment?
That tower destroyed part of Arnica, part of my history. What was he thinking? That he can just do as he pleases? That tower is built on what used to be Arnica. And I worry it's not just his place to stay here. I believe it has a far more sinister purpose.
Doesn't sound good.
Yes, exactly.
So what about the Mooks?
I don't know any more than you do.
Okay, what about the Trang?
There isn't much that happens in the universe that the Trang don't have a hand in. Well, and the Umpani too. It seems the Trang and the Umpani are always at odds, even here on Dominus.
Interesting. What about March's Bluff then?
It's a fort, really, but a tricky one. See, when this fellow Martin was trying to avoid the HLL, he built the place. Rumor has it that there's all sorts of traps to keep people out. I hear the Trang are living there now.
Interesting. What about the Umpani?
They're one of the greatest trading cartels in the universe, and very powerful. Unless, of course, you ask the Trang, who will tell you that they're the most powerful. You know how that goes.
Yeah, I suppose. Kind of everyone always thinks that they're the most powerful, and well, they fight each other all the time and stuff like that. What about the Mount Gygas?
Mount Gygas, huh? It's a tough place, full of caves and creatures and who knows what. Last I heard, the Umpani had set up an outpost there.
What about the Cosmic Circle?
You should ask about it at the temple.
What about the L8L?
The Hegadi Lunar Legion. They're like the police.
If I'm saying that's right, but yeah, well, I'm more accustomed to the Finnish way of saying letters, so it's always a little bit difficult sometimes. What about the Ascension Peak?
You should ask about.
Okay, well, thanks for all the information, it was very interesting. Well, do you want to come along then?
Let's go.
Okay. Yay, she gained a level.
Although it is pleasant to advance, true happiness comes only through meditation.
And communication skills. Kiol is the best in communication from our own group.
Goodness, those troopers really did a number on me. I was planning to visit some friends before they grabbed me. Maybe we could go together. I was hoping to see Helly at her bar, or Lord Braffit in the temple. I don't care which we go to first.
That's fine, we can go there. That's for sure.